It's Monday night again, and that means it's time to have some fun and save some money. Welcome to Ready Budget Game. Hey, welcome back to Ready Budget Go. My name's Drew, and on this channel we talk about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. So if any of those sound like a vibe to you, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below, because I'd love to hear what you have to say. It's Monday night, so we're in the Superman binder for game night, and we're going to kick things off like we always do with Loteria. This week we are in regular Loteria, which means we're doing the original Spanish version with the regular cards and the regular pictograms. So I'm just going to give these a quick shuffle. We've got a card for the week. And one more time. Okay, and then a cut. And let's see how we do. I've got the chips right over here. So we're just looking for a Loteria, and then we're going to save $1 for every chip that's down on the card. So first we have El Violonceo, and I don't see that. Yep, I do see that. It's right down here. Then El Camarón, and I don't have that one. La Muerte, no. El Sol, no. El Venado, we do have. La Mano, we have that. La Escalera, we have. We're hitting them hard this week. El Musico, I don't see him. La Calavera, no. El Barril, we have. So now La Rana will give us a Loteria. El Bandolon, we have that. La Sandia, nope. El Catrin, no. La Luna, no. El Melon, no. El Valiente, no. La Campana, we do have, so that opens up El Cantarito. La Bandera, we do have, that opens up La Caso, or El Caso, sorry. And there's La Rana, and that gives us our Loteria right here. So this week in Loteria, we're going to save $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. I will cut these into the deck and give them a quick shuffle, just out of habit more than anything else. Okay, I'll set the cards aside. We'll clear off the card. Move these out of the way and get out the binder and put $9 into Loteria. So 5, 7, and 9. Okay, moving on to Sust. We'll take out the card. I'm actually going to take out 2 cards for this because one of them has only 1 question left, and I like to do 2 questions per week. So the one that has 1 question left is, what do I prefer? A, beginnings, B, middles, or C, endings? Well, that's pretty non-specific, but I am going to say I prefer middles. Because if I get to the middle, I'm already engaged with the story. And endings, I mean, if it's a good story, you don't want it to end. And if it's a bad story, you probably didn't get that far along with it. So I'm going to say I prefer the middles. So that's going to be $3. These are Would You Rather cards, and I save $2 for option A, $3 for option B, $5 for option C. So my preference is option B, so that's going to be $3. And now we'll do the first one on the next card, which is, what am I more likely to wonder about? A, winning the lottery. B, getting enough sleep. C, being a superhero. Oh goodness, all of those are good candidates. I don't spend too much time dreaming about winning the lottery. I mean, it would be nice, but it doesn't occupy a lot of my thoughts. Getting enough sleep is a worry, especially as you hit our middle age like I am. You feel like you're never quite getting enough. Being a superhero would be pretty awesome, though. So I am going to say, this is really hard to choose, but I'm going to say being a superhero, because who wouldn't love that? So I'm going to say $5 for option C. So a total of $8 is going to go into Sus this week. I'll bring this card back out next week for 2 more Would You Rather questions. But for now, it and the $8, oops, wrong way around, is going to go into envelope number 2. And I try really hard not to peek at the questions for next week because I don't want to give myself too long to think about it. Okay, next up on envelope 3 is going to be the name game. This is where you try to guess the name of a famous person from, I think it's like up to 5 clues. And I save $1 for every clue that I use. And if I don't get it by the 5th guess, I save $10. So 5 for one for each clue plus a $5 penalty for not getting it. So let me slide a card under here and we'll flip it over. And hopefully I've got this on the right side. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Clue number 1 is movies. Well, that could be just about anybody, so I'm not even going to bother to guess. Clue number 2 is Goofy. Well, gosh, I think it might be Walt Disney, so I'm going to guess Walt Disney. Donald Duck, yep, it's looking like it's Walt Disney. Mickey Mouse, theme park, yep, it's Walt Disney. So I got it on the second clue, so I'm going to save $2. And because I got that one so quick, I am going to do one more. I think if I didn't get the answer on the first one and I had to save $10, I wouldn't risk it for 2. But because I was able to get that one pretty quick, I'm going to do one more. And I found this at a thrift store for $3, and I've really enjoyed playing it so far. So we'll flip this over again. Okay, and we'll go like this. Okay, Martin Scorsese. So it's probably an actor, maybe Robert De Niro. I think he's been in some Scorsese movies. Goodfellas. Okay, well now I'm thinking maybe it's Pacino. I didn't see Goodfellas, but I guess I'm going to change my answer to Al Pacino. Home Alone is Al Pacino, right? Okay. Gangster Short. Joe Pesci. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have known that. I should have known that from Home Alone. Oh boy. Well, that is embarrassing, and that's going to cost me $10 for the embarrassment. Oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you're so confident in your answer that you just kind of blow through the other clues, and then it's somebody else, and it's totally obvious. Okay, well, on the plus side, I'm saving more money, so that is going to go into envelope number 3. Right here for the name game. And as always, I will do a cash condensing at the end of the video. Up next is Dicetropolis, and I didn't get any of my dice out before I started filming, so let me do that now. This is Quicks. This is Dicetropolis 2. This is Original Dicetropolis. This is Fruit Machine. And this is Dicefecta. And then these little aqua dice are for Dicequarium. So I think that's all I need. So I'm going to put these away. I did order a new dice tower. It probably won't be here for a few more weeks, but I am looking forward to receiving it. It will be my 3rd one. My first 2 had issues, so I'm going to try one more time, and hopefully this 3rd time's the charm. So let's see which Dicetropolis game we're going to play this week. Last week we did 21. So this week we could do doubles or Keno. Ouch. String, tetra, trips. Trying to decide. I guess I'm going to do Ouch. Ouch is an expensive game, the way that the rules are written. Of course, you can adjust these to be different rules if you prefer. And in Ouch, you are basically trying to roll without rolling a 7. So, got my 2 dice there. Very Christmas themed. So if you get all the way across, you save $1 for each safe roll, or $6. But if you roll a 7, you are caught and you save $20. That is according to the printed rules. If you buy this game, or if you buy the digital download from me, make up your own rules if you want. If you don't like my amounts, or if you don't like my rules, it's up to you. So give these a shake. And we've got a 6, so we're safe. And a 9, safe again. And we've got 7. So we're going to save $20 for ouch. And we're just going to play the one game this week. And I probably will put less money into some other challenges because Dicetropolis ate up $20, which is fine. And I probably will go over the $100 that I allocate. But I figure as long as I'm putting in at least $100, I'm keeping on track with my goals. So let me put the $20 into Dicetropolis. There we go. And now let's play a game in Dicetropolis 2. And, excuse me, I think in Dicetropolis 2, we're going to play Add 'em Up. That is the first game on the back of the dashboard. And this game, like all Dicetropolis 2 games, requires a D4. Or in this case, you need 2 D4s. And if you buy this game from me on Etsy, you can buy the D4 dice with it if you don't already have them. So let's get 2 D4s out. Yoo-hoo! There we go. And the instructions say the object is to clear all the numbers off the board. Roll 2 D4 dice, then remove the total rolled by striking out 1 or 2 numbers from that game. For example, if you roll a 1 and a 3, you can remove both the 1 and the 3 from play, or you can remove the 4. Continue rolling until all numbers are eliminated, or you make a roll that cannot be removed from the remaining numbers. Add the total remaining numbers and save that amount. Low budget, save $1 for each remaining number, regardless of value. So let me clean this off first, because I obviously didn't do that from the last time that I played it. And in fact, the dry erase marker has been on here so long that it doesn't want to come off. But it will if you rub long and hard enough. Okay. So I am going to say that if I remove all 6 numbers, I will save $10. And I really hope that I don't get to that point. But we'll see. Actually, I need to leave this uncorked, just because I've already used so much of the money that I have planned. But we'll see. 2 and 3, so that's 5. But in this game, you really want to eliminate the low numbers first. You don't want to leave them till the end. But because this is the first roll, I am going to take the 5. And the reason you want to eliminate the low numbers is that you can't roll a 1 by itself. You have to use this plus another number. And it's really hard to roll a 2 because you have to roll 2 1s. So 1 and 1. Okay, so we're taking the 2. Next, a 4 and a 2. So we've got 6. So I have to take the 6. A 4 and a 4, so we've got 8. And we cannot take the 8 because we've taken the 6 and the 5 already. So that leaves us with 3 left. And I am going to do this low budget and save $3 so that I can play one more game. 4 and 4, so we are going to take, I'm going to take the 5 and the 3 for 8. 1 and 4, so that's 5, but I took the 5, so I have to take the 1 and the 4. So now only 2 and 6 are left. 4 and 4. Oh my gosh, I did it. Because I got 8. Well, didn't think that would happen. So now I'm saving $10 here plus $3 here for $13 all told. Wow. Okay. So it's going to be a very expensive game night. But that's okay. I will just meet my goals that much faster. So I'm going to clean this off. And I'm going to wipe this off so that I can decide to save a different amount next time, if I so choose. I will put away these dice that are on fire. And I'll take the dashboard and the $12, and we'll put that in envelope number 5 for Dicetropolis 2. Oops, I went too far. Oh, goodness. Okay. So up next is going to be Dicequarium, and I think I'll do the same thing as I did last time, and I will just play the game that is on the back of the dashboard, and that's going to be Barracuda. So let me get the Dicequarium dice out, and we'll give this one a play. All right, I'm back with Barracuda. And the rules for this game say if today's date is odd, the Barracuda number is 1. If today's date is even, the Barracuda number is 2. So I am recording this on an even number day, so 2 will be the Barracuda number. It says roll 2d6 dice and track the number of rolls. Continue rolling until the Barracuda number comes up on at least one die. Once you roll the Barracuda number, it's game over. Save $1 for each safe roll. Roll the Barracuda number on the first roll, play again, and save double the total number of safe rolls. So let's give it a go and see how we do. Okay, so we've got a 6 and a 1, so no Barracuda number yet. So we've got 1. Roll number 2, and we've got 2 2s. Okay, so we are out, and we are going to save $1 for each safe roll, so we'll save $1. And I'm going to play this one more time, and it's bitten me in the rear end every time so far, but I'm going to do it again. So a 5 and a 6, so we're safe, so that's good. At least we don't have to double anything. A 1 and a 2. Okay, so we're out. So we're going to save $1 again. And I'm going to go one more time. 3 and a 4, so we're safe here. 2 6s, still safe. 2 3s, safe again. 4 and a 6, safe. And a 2 and a 6. So that is our Barracuda number. So we've got 4 safe rolls, so we're going to save $4, and I'm going to stop there and save $6 into Dicequarium for this week. So I will put that away for now. Clean off the card. Take out $6. We'll flip the dashboard back over, scoot the dice out of the way, and into envelope number 6 they will go. Next up is going to be the fruit machine. Fruit machine. This is sort of like playing a slot machine, but more fun, in my opinion. You get 2 dashboards when you order this from me on my Etsy shop. They are identical on one side, but on the other side, they are a little bit different. So this is the save table for Fruit Machine, and you get 3 custom dice with it that have all the different symbols on them. You can use the standard rules, or you can make up your own rules. I always use the standard rules, so that is the one I'm going to put on top here. This is glossy coated, just like all of my others, so you can use a dry erase marker or a wet erase marker and then change things later if you want. So I'm going to roll these 3 dice, and let's see how we do. So we've got a diamond, a lemon, and a plum. I'm not going for the diamonds because I will go for the lemons. That's the lowest value one here. Okay, so now we've got a lemon and an orange. 2 more rolls left. A watermelon, last roll, and an orange. So we didn't get a cherry and we didn't get 3 of a kind, so all other rolls save $1. So we're going to save $1 for that game, and we're going to play again. Lemon, lemon, plum. So I'm going to go for lemons again. Orange, watermelon, last roll, plum. Okay, so another $1. I'm going to go one more time. 2 watermelons and an orange. Watermelons are spendy, but I'm going to go for it. Diamond, cherry, last roll, plum. Okay, so another $1. And I am going to go one more time and hope that I can get 3 of something. Let's give them a roll. Diamond, diamond, and lemon. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going for the gusto here, and I'm going to go for the diamonds. Watermelon, orange, last roll, watermelon. Okay, whew. I didn't get the diamonds, so it's going to be another $1. So that's $4 in total, and I am going to stop there. I'm going to put back the 4 1s and take out 2 2s. I will put these back in their little bag here. And I will put the dashboards and the $4 into their envelope in the binder. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much of a condensing this time. I see a lot of big bills in here already. We did get quite a lot of small bills out last week. Okay, now it's time for quick, so let me take out the scorecard. what do I need here? I need a pen, and I need the Quicks dice. We are on the green row this time. If you haven't seen Quicks before, or if you haven't seen me play Quicks before, because I use totally different rules than what you would find if you bought the game commercially, go back to one of my earliest videos, and I explain how I play Quicks. And I've played this every single week since I started, so it's in there somewhere. All right, so let's uncap this baby, and let's give him a roll and see how we do. So I've got 6, 6, and 4, so I've got 10, and I've got 12, so I'm going to take both of those for sure. That's a great first roll. 6, 6, and 4, and we're out. Well, that didn't take long at all. All right. So 20, 28, 35, 41, 46, 55. And 5 plus 5 is 10, so I am going to save $10 for this game, and I'm not even going to tempt fate by playing it again. I'm just going to take my little $10 savings. Well, it's not so little, really. Unfortunately, it's only a great start if you manage to roll different numbers on the second roll. So I'm going to take my 2 5s and my scorecard and put those back in the Quicks envelope. All right, up next is going to be Tucano. And the way things are going tonight, I expect this game to give it to me just as rough as all the others, but we'll see. So let me get out the Tucano cards. This is one that is also relatively new. So, and again, I have adapted this. It's commercially available, but I adapted it to be a savings challenge game, so I have my own rules. And this one I will explain just because it's a little more complex. It's probably the most complex game that I play, and it's also still pretty new, at least to me. All right, so they're shuffled, they're cut. Let's deal and see how we do here. 1. Oh, okay, so we got the gift, so that's going to be 2 cards. And that's going to cancel out one of those cards because this is a take-back card. So 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, and 6. Well, things were looking pretty good until that blueberry popped up in the 6th position, but let's see how we do here. So this is in the 1st position, so it's going to save 1. It's in the 2nd position, so that's 2, so that's a total of 3. This is in the 3rd position, which is -4, so we're at -1 on top. On the bottom, this is only valid for positions 1 and 2, so we're going to turn that over. This is in an odd-numbered position, so this is +1, so this cancels this out essentially, or it cancels out that row, because we were at -1 for the top row, and now we have +1 because it's odd. So even and odd, it's in an odd number position because it's in position 5. So we're back at 0. And position number 6, this little blueberry, is $13. So I am going to add the 1 and the 3 together and save $4. Ordinarily, I probably would save the full 13, but I've still got 3 more games to play and not much money left. So it's an executive decision. $4 is going to go in for Tucano for this week. And if how that game is played didn't make a whole lot of sense, this is another one that I've been playing every week, and I explained it every time. So if you'd like to see more detail about how I've been using these Tucano cards, go back and watch one of my more recent videos, anytime within the last, I'd say, 8 weeks or so, and there will be an explanation of how I am using these to save money. All right, so for now, Tucano, $4 is going into envelope number 9. And then envelope number 10 will be Dicefecta, and I am going to play D6 Dicefecta because I am really getting low on the cash for this week. So let's move over to the Dicefecta cards, which are over here. There they are. We'll take out the D6. I'm going to play card B. And I will get a pen. If you haven't seen Dissecta before, you basically roll a die that corresponds with the number up here. So there's D6, D8, D10, and D12. So we're playing D6 this week. If you buy the dice from me, which is an option if you buy this game on my Etsy shop, you can get the corresponding die that will match the color. So the blue die is the D6. You roll and you mark the numbers off until you fill up one section, and then you yell Dissecta, and you save accordingly. And I'll explain that when we get to that part of the game. So let me give it a roll here. First number is 3, so we'll mark off all the 3s, and there's 3 of them. Roll again. 4. There and there. So a 5 will give us a Dissecta, but we got a 2. Okay, so now a 6 will give us a Dissecta. 6. Dissecta. Okay. So we've got 2, 4, and 6. So there's 3 different ways to score this. The high budget way is that you add up all the numbers in the winning section. So that would be 6 plus 4 plus 2, or $12. The medium budget way is that you save $1 for every number that you've marked off on the card. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8. And the low budget way is to save the amount of the last die roll that gave you the Dissecta, which would be $6. And that's what I'm going to save this week because I am running low on funds. So I'll take out my second to last 5 and one of my few remaining ones. I will clean this off. Again, dry erase, wipes right off. Good to use again. Put this back with the Dissecta cards. Right there. We'll put the money in the Dissecta envelope, and then we will move on swiftly to the 12 Days of Christmas, which is a scratch-off savings challenge, also available in my Etsy shop. This one, there is one A6 card for each of the 12 Days of Christmas. I have scratched several of these already. I'm going to get out a D12, and I'll just borrow the one from the Dissecta dice. And we'll give it a roll, and that will tell us which card we're going to work on. Number 9, so the 9 ladies dancing. We did this one last week, too. There are 6 spots left, so I'll roll a D6, and that will tell us which one to scratch. Number 2, so that's going to be right here. Let me get out my little scratch tool, and we'll give this one a scratch, and hopefully it's a low number. It is a 5. Okay, we can live with 5. It certainly could be a lot worse. There's a 10 right next to it, so 5 is a perfectly worthy number. Just going to scratch this all the way because that is my habit and my custom now. Clean this off. Save $5. Oh, you know what? That's not a 5. That's actually a 3. So, well, I'm going to have to break the 5. So let me do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put the 5 over here. 1, 2, 3. So that's even better news. So I might just finish right at $100 or not too much over. Famous last words, right? So envelope number 11 gets the $3. And we'll move on to envelope 12, which is the 12 days of, or sorry, not the 12 days of Christmas, that's this one. It is the 12 face cards, and the 12 face cards is another one of my challenges that is available in my Etsy shop. This one is a much bigger saver. There are 12 face cards with 12 spots each on them. So 144 spots to scratch. The numbers range between 3 and 15. And on the back of each card, these are A5, it tells you a little bit about who that face card is said to represent. So the way I decide which card I'm going to do on this one is I shuffle a deck of cards, and then I deal them until I get to a face card, and then that is the one that I play. So I'm just going to do one shuffle and one cut, and let's see which one comes up first. Oh, the Jack of Hearts. Perfect, right off the bat. These are in bridge order, so we're going spades, then hearts. This is La Hire, which is a French knight from the time of Joan of Arc. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots left, so I'm just going to roll a d12, and that'll tell us which one to scratch. Number 1, so we're going to go right here. And this week we are going to save, oh, it's a double digit, $10. Okay, so I'm going to be over, but I kind of expected that, and it could have been much, much worse. So I am at peace. Get this cleaned off. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm going to save, let's see, I need $6 more, 5 and 6, so I'll be putting $106 toward my goals for game night this week. Let me put these away. We'll get out the binder. I will put this into envelope number 12, and then I will reset the cash tray, and I will come right back and condense all these envelopes so that they are looking pretty and thin for next week. Okay, now that the binder is all thick with the savings from this week, let's get to thinning it out and consolidating some of these bills. So we'll pop into Loteria first, and we've got 1, 2, 300, and 5, let's see, nope, we got 20, 5, 27, 29, 30. So I'm going to take the 5, the 2s, and the 1s back, and the 1 back, and put in a 10. So we will still have $330 in Loteria. I've been playing this all year, just once a week, and some pretty great savings so far. Envelope number 2 is sussed, and I'm not sure there's much we can do here. 100, 20, 40, 5, 7, 8. So nope, nothing to condense or consolidate here. Envelope number 3, which is the name game, has 50, 60, 62, 63. So that is as thin as it gets. Envelope 4, Dicetropolis, has 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 400, and 10, 11. So I can put back a 50, 2 20s, and a 10, and take out 100. We'll just use one of these for now. I ran out of the Barracuda ones. I need to grab some more. You can get these on my Etsy shop as well. They are all sea life themed, a different one for each denomination. Dicetropolis 2 has 100 and 5, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. So I need to keep a 5 and a 1, and this should be $10, which it is. 5 2s and a 1 for a 10. So still 116 into Dicetropolis 2. And then Dicequarium has in it 50, 75, 80, 81, 82. So I'm going to take back 2 5s for a 10 and 2 1s for a 2. Perfect. Okay, Fruit Machine has inside of it 104, so there's nothing we can do there. Quicks has 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 375, 80, 5, 7, 9. $389. So I am going to swap 2 5s for a 10. Almost ready for another $100 placeholder, but for now, $389. And if you're new, or if you haven't heard me talk about it before, I use placeholder money because the money that I am saving from these challenges and these games goes straight into my high yield savings. So there's no point taking the cash out of the bank only to put it in envelopes to put it right back in the bank. Okay, into Kano, we have 100, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I'm going to keep a 2 and take back a 5 and 5 ones and bring out a 10. This game was gentle this week, which it usually is not. Okay. Then we have Dicefecta. And inside Dicefecta, we have 100, 50, 5, 62. So I'm going to take back the 2 5s for a 10 and the 2 1s for a 2. These last 3 envelopes are usually where I get all the ones back. Envelope 11, the 12 Days of Christmas, has inside of it 100, 200, 50, 60, 62, 63, 64, 65. So I'm going to take the 2 and the 1s for a 5. And then last but certainly not least, we have the 12 face cards. And inside the 12 face cards, we have 100, 200, 300, 310, 315, 317, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm going to leave the 2, and I'm going to take the 10, the 5, and the 5 ones and put those back and bring out a 20. 10, 5, 5 ones. Oops. The one that doesn't have a sticker on it, I want it to go further in the back. Here we go. Way back there for a 20. So still have $322 in the 12 face cards. This is a big saver, well over $2,000. So I'm going to be working on that one for a good long while. And that is the condensing for the week. So all of the envelopes are as condensed as they can get. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And I will be back on Wednesday for Happy Hallowelth and Paint by Sticker, where I talk more about my experience with money. I've gotten through kind of the whole history about it. So now I'm talking about my philosophy with money and how I manage it now that I've got myself to a positive net worth. So I hope you'll come back and join me for that. And then again on Friday or maybe Saturday for the weekly reel, where I share all the budget numbers and everything that came into and out of my accounts this week. So again, thank you so much for watching. I can't speak, I'm so overwhelmed. And until I do see you in the next one, take care.